All right, so you've got the ability to hit it out. Let's learn how to hit it high.
Okay.
So we're gonna bring in our handy dandy board. Bury this puppy. So we're, as you've sort of figured out intuitively, you're not hitting the ball out of the bunker. You're hitting behind the ball
Okay.
and creating a little pocket of energy that carries the ball onto the green.
That's why I can hit in the sand because I'm hitting before the ball.
Yes, that you're doing. So you're doing a kind of a low bunker shot that's going to roll a lot, and if you want to get to a place where you can hit a nice high soft one, this drill is going to help you. So first thing we got to do to hit it high is to lay this thing flat like a dinner plate.
Okay.
We got to have our hands a little low, so flat like a dinner plate, hands low, and then the shaft can either be leaning forward or leaning backward. You want it to be leaning backward, hands low.
I'm going to be leaning backward on this?
Yep. We might almost want to learn how to use the 60. That's a perfectly good club you got in your bag. We'll see if you can do it with this one first since you're comfortable with it, but we're just going to thump along the board here.
Okay.
And it's going to teach us basically how to very shallowly skip through the top layer of sand without digging too deep.
Right.
So let's try to just walk the plank here, the first few swings. Let's try without a ball first.
Oh, okay.
So lay that puppy wide open, like flat as a dinner plate, more. There you go. And just get used to finding the bottom of the swing, thumping it. Okay. Good adjustment. And since you're not actually hitting the ball out of the bunker, you need to create a lot of speed because most of your energy is lost in the ground. So as I'm seeing you do these, a little tentative, it's understandable. You don't want to hurt yourself on the board, but yeah, thump that baby. Thump it.
Okay.
The way you were doing it before is perfectly fine. It's just a different option. Thumpy. Cool. That's a high. It's going to have more spin. It's going to hit and stick as opposed to run out.
Does it matter where I'm standing?
Yeah, you want to have your ball position forward because you want to hit.
Is this
Yep.
forward or is that?
The way you had it. Yeah, theory being you want this thing to bottom, like the driver you want to catch barely in the upswing. You want this thing to be bottoming out well behind the ball, like 2 inches behind the ball, so you're carrying sand up on there.
Beach. It's going to be great.
All right, here's our imaginary ball. Now let's see if you can start the sand impact about right here. Good. Now do it with some authority.
A little harder. A little better there.
Yeah, you really got to wide open. Lay that thing. Hang on. Good enough. But you got to really lay that baby flat like a dinner plate. It's like a 90-degree wedge. There you go. Sweet. Now adjust your hands. Oh, sorry. Adjust your ball position to where you're forward. So bring your whole mechanism back there. There you go.
Like where it would be for the driver?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yep. And then lay it wide open. Okay. Nice. Okay. Just there's one little subtle thing in the setup we're not quite doing. It's like we want to rotate the club open first, but we don't achieve it being open by laying our hands back like this. We set it open and then we grip the club.
Okay, so I was worried about this being aimed that way. I don't need to worry about that.
Correct. You're going to swing dynamically in the direction of the of the hole. So there you go, move the whole thing back. Okay, now just thump the sand. Excellent.
Okay.
It was taught for a long time that you needed to aim really far left to compensate for that club face being open, but it's just not true.
Sorry.
All good. Okay, ball position more forward. There you go. And then here's the last piece of the puzzle. There's a V shape to a bunker shot, a little different than a regular shot. So you're doing a really good job for a normal swing of very patiently waiting for that wrist hinge to come in naturally. Let's just force the issue a little bit. A way you can think about it is like if you're hammering a nail, your arm is going to go like this. But what happens if we hammer the nail and get this palm to the sky? So the feeling is, okay, so we got this, boom, 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 but we also want to get that thing up to the sky. So that's the feeling. It's a very abrupt. So it's almost like you could have sand on your club face and hold it on there long enough to throw it over your shoulder. Okay, yeah, it's that plus that. It's just that little extra wrist hinge that's going to let you. There you go. And this is just for bunker shots, not for the full swing. All good. Maybe try one without the ball. Here's our imaginary ball. Okay. It's just going to be more of a V shape instead of a U. It's going to be more up, quicker. There you go.
Okay.
Wide open. Thump it. Cool.
It's so strange. It's a really hard hit.
Yeah, well, because you're not hitting ball. It's just the sand itself is carrying. So there you go. There we go. Let's try one off of the dirt. All right, it sometimes helps to kind of still visualize the board being there and trusting that you're going to just slide under this thing. Sweet. For whatever reason, that little drill of the hammer has got you hitting further behind. That's just something to be aware of. So let's just try to.
It's good or bad?
It's just for whatever reason, there's some little cause and effect that's different. Try to enter the sand at that line, little like 2 inches. They say like a dollar bill size amount of sand. If this is George Washington, that's about how much sand you want to take behind and in front of the ball.
Dollar bill this way or this way?
That's the center of the dollar bill, so we're going to take about that much sand total. A little behind, a little in front. Good shot. I think, see how the first thing was like a bite?
Yeah.
It just comes out with more spin. It's going to stop faster. I like how aggressive you're being. Now just dial it back 65%. And if you find yourself digging a lot, one way you can counteract that is just to stand a fraction further away from it. If you're reaching for it you're going to be a little more shallow than if you're right on top of this thing. Nice, dude. Bunker shot. Cool deal. All right. How we doing? You got, what time is it?
I don't know.
We got